Hi, folks. I'm going to do a quick rundown of the results of my Ethereum mining. Um, let's see. I started approximately October 2021. I got an upgrade to a laptop, and I was intending to play around with VR glasses, but I never got around to it because I'm kind of like uh, always looking for better money making opportunities. And when I downloaded software to test it out, I was pleasantly surprised about how much money I was making through Ethereum mining. And it was like between $3 or so a day, $2 or $3 a day. And I hadn't intended to get a laptop for that purpose. Like it wasn't my main goal, but I was still making money off the laptop. So um, I ended up getting a desktop and then putting them both to work. And I did it for about a solid year. Um, when Ethereum went off of proof of work to proof of stake in 2022, September approximately. And then it became really hard to get the numbers that I was getting before. I tried and I tried. And then I guess mid spring, I said, I'm just going to sell off the desktop. And I was able to pull that off. And here's the price. Um, I sold it for about, I spent about 2,600 on it or so, and I sold it for about 15. Um, so what are the numbers? The Bitcoin price today, at least the last few minutes I just checked, is 37,154. I was doing Ethereum mining, but I was getting paid in Bitcoin. And I spent a lot of time babysitting, so it was not that wise of a method to make money. However, the market continued to go down throughout 2022, all the way up till approximately 3 weeks ago when things started turning around. And I can throw something in to speculate about why the market's turning around. It's mostly because of institutional interest and the Bitcoin ETF, um, spot ETF approval on the horizon, which legitimizes it in relation to the TradFi stock market. So anyway, so Bitcoin this morning was 37,154. I made a total through all my mining of about 4.1% of a Bitcoin, which is, I know, sounds ridiculous, but that's the truth. But 4.1% of that amount is about $1,523. And that's not that bad, especially also selling off the desktop. So that is to say, does that change as we go through time? Do I hold on to it or do I sell it off? I'm going to hold on to it because Bitcoin behaves like gold, and people don't 100% realize that yet. There's a limited amount of it, like a predefined amount. And so as things move forward each year with fiat currency and money printing is done and inflation goes up, Bitcoin never will change. It's always going to be worth the same amount of value each year. So, I mean, the price may fluctuate. People may put more money into it, which will drive the price up, which will probably happen. But it's not linked to fiat. It's not linked to inflation. So, like, let's say inflation is 6% or 5%, or even 3% next year, which is probably not going to be the case. But that means that that same amount of Bitcoin is going to be worth 3% more because the value didn't go down in 1 year's time. So anyway, that's a very important lesson, and not everybody understands it about Bitcoin. Next up, Uh, oh, uh, the best way to make money at this time, and I'm not even going to say it now, like November 12th, 2023. I'm not going to say throw your money into the market, but I want you to know that when you buy in when things are incredibly low, like they were about 2 months ago, it's a big deal because things change and policies change, and the price is reevaluated for some of these projects. They're not just currencies, they're technological projects. And the price speculation by VCs, venture capitalists, and hedge funds changes over time. And yes, hedge funds are looking at these projects with very, very serious eyes and faces. So anyway, if you take that 1500 like I have, and I'm not doing anything with it, and you channel it into something that's really low, it could be a much better investment than to sit there and hold on to it. If you take $100 or $1,000 of fiat US dollars and channel it in to something that you consider stable, it may pay off for you. And speaking of the reference of stable, the word stable coin comes to mind here because I made a reference to the word stable. And you can earn 5% of interest on stablecoin holdings, which are in US dollars. It's just a conversion of, say, a bank balance of dollars into stablecoin dollars currently at Coinbase. So they are doing their best to attract people to store things in digital dollars because you can get 5% interest on it, which a lot of people would say just put it in a money market fund or shop around for a bank interest rate that is higher, that will pay you higher. Yeah. This is about liquidity too. And when things are in USDC, liquidity is there and it's undeniable. And that may be what you need it for, is to be liquid. Anyway, that's a summary. 2023, the Ethereum mining experiment that took place from October 2021 through to September 2022. And I'm only reporting on it now because the market is starting to go back up. So everything that I did was actually not worthless. And I knew it was going to be eventually the case that it would be worthless. But it was hard to convince people. It's even hard to convince people right now that all these projects are not going away. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day and rock on.